Yeah, yo, what's up, man? We work our way through the freaking chakra systems. Now we on freaking Mercury and Aries. We got Mercury, the planet of thinking communication, with the lens. Aries. They ain't the rose-colored glasses, man. They them red-hot colored glasses that make you think real fucking fast and make you look at people's actions and do things way better than they do. But before further ado, let's get some explanations out of the way. It's just like this is a Mercury and Aries situation, man. We out here just jumping in it, thinking about it. Like we may have thought about it, we may not thought about how we look. Just going up here with the bedhead. But bedhead next to the insulation, man. Bedhead next to the insulation, man. Don't get. You know what they say, man. World's best asbestos, world's best hair gel. Out here with it. But yeah, so Mercury, let's break it down. Mercury, the planet of thinking and communication, right? So this planet is like, it's a young planet. It's out here just curious, look at it kind of like a toddler, man. It does everything a freaking toddler does. Say you give a toddler a freaking whatchamacallit, a freaking dolly in a crawl space. You know what they're going to be doing? They're going to be going, whee! Riding around on the dolly looking at shit. Oh shit, there's a Rubbermaid tote, Yeah, here, I got little notes on what I want to say. I got a Rubbermaid tote. Look inside. What's going on? It's freaking like, it's like, Mercury is that toddler that just learned the freaking why question. But why? Why is it called Rubbermaid? Because it's made out of rubber. But why? What's in the Rubbermaid tote? What does it do? Why does it do that? How is it waterproof? What? Freaking. This is the stuff you gotta, if you remember freaking Breaking Bad, this is the stuff that you get that it doesn't, if you need to get the acid to dissolve a body or some weird shit like that, this is the stuff, it won't dissolve in Rubbermaid if you need to have a party and it's out in some weird location. You got to get the friggin', the grain alcohol and the Kool-Aid to make your jungle juice with a hint of NyQuil, because that's what the kids are doing nowadays for some weird reason. Like, you got to put it in the Rubbermaid tote because it's malleable. You can seal it, and you could say, no, there isn't any liquid in here, and while it's being hidden under your bed in college, just some shit like that. That's Mercury, man. It's going out, getting into everything, doing all these types of situations. So, now that we have that out of the way, we gotta put the Aries shades on it, Aries. Okay, what is Aries? Cardinal Fire. It's the first house sign, the I am. So immediately, when you think of the I am, you're gonna be thinking a lot about yourself, and you may not be like, So before we get into this, I wanna, put the definition of intelligence that I subscribe onto. So intelligence is nothing more, nothing less than your ability to intake information and change your mind with it. So with that being said, it's not academia. Like, it could be. That's a facet of it. But, if you really are a freaking intelligent person, you're not going to just say, it's just my SAT score. You obviously identify with that a little bit. So, sorry, bro, if I rip that away from you, you're nothing. And you would be sad for a little bit. I mean, you're not nothing, but it's just like, you'd be heartbroken for a little bit. You're like, it means nothing. I gotta find something new to be have worth for. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to recognize the root of these things going on and say that intelligence is just purely your ability to intake information and utilize that to your benefit. So now that we're getting back to Aries here, let me see my notes so I don't get off track. So I explained the gist of Mercury, explained the gist of Aries. All right, so whatchamacallit, Aries is the sign that likes to act, and like and when it's placed in Mercury, you're thinking a lot about your actions, so you're constantly thinking about like, oh, what does this and this mean? What does this and this mean? And then it'll lead into some other things like whatchamacallit. Like, so for instance, I like to explain like thinking about actions and thinking very quickly about these actions and making your own out of it, as it's kind of like an East New York situation, man, the bootlegging capital of the world. So let's take that as an example. So if you're a Mercury and Aries and you're observing, you're like a little kid watching all these people, like, with your VHS cameras, like looking in the movie theater, like, and then you buy a couple and you're like, man, these motherfuckers shaky as hell. And like, all you got to do is like, you be observing it, you be sitting back, like, okay, they're shaky, they're not well shot. Shit, I could zoom in freaking better and tell a better story than the movie itself, So like, here, let me get into better lighting. I was looking blurry and shit. So yeah, you could be sitting back there. You could be sitting back there all like, all I gotta do is put in some work and shove it around to my friends. And as long as they don't know it was me, I got an acronym for my name and all this type of shit. I'm good. Like, no, none of that. You could even film the thing where it says bootlegging a movie is a freaking like $500,000 fine, and you'll be like, and that'll even be well shot, and they'll be like, God damn, I didn't even think about it that way. You actually made me read the fine print. You slowed it down for me. Okay, cool. Maybe I won't do this for myself. And you do a little thing where you get your notoriety. You could get your notoriety for being like the Banksy of freaking bootlegging films, and then you let people know that it's a scary thing that they shouldn't do, and they'll be like, oh, okay, whatever. And then but then you take it back. You say to be like, oh, okay, so people like this, people like that, da 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 da, and then you're just like, you zoom in a little bit, like say if you got the Silver Linings Playbook, not that movie. What's the movie with the country one with Brad Pitt and Lady Gaga singing together? Man, you wouldn't even have to film that better. You just got to make sure it's steady, get your little tripod going on, and you just make it together like that. But yeah, spontaneous examples aside, the Mercury and Aries, they put a lot of thought into their actions, and since it's like air mixed with fire, it's hot air. So just like anytime there's like any form of like heat or temperature, like stuff like that, like the air particles are moving faster, right? They're moving faster because you charged it with the heat. They got more energy, So when this plays out in how you think, you just think faster than the average person. Don't quote me on this, but one of the other if you like just look up Mercury and Aries on YouTube, you will scroll down and it'll have Albert Einstein on one of the cover photos for one of the videos. So Albert Einstein, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I feel like Albert Einstein might have been a freaking Mercury and Aries, thinking faster about all these subjects than everybody else. But aside from that, let's let's move on to one of the other topics. So with Mercury and Aries, Aries is the I am. So you're gonna be thinking a lot about your own actions and yourself, right? And you're gonna be thinking a lot about yourself. You're gonna be like, why do I do that? Why do I do this? Why do this? It's very action based, and why do I do this? And you may like remember, if you remember the freaking statement I said about intelligence, you may do this, you may not. Like for instance, if it's a negative one and you're directing like, why do I do this? Why do I do that? And it's like bad. It's like why do I have a Hello Kitty addiction, and why does not people like it? You're gonna be mad about that and questioning yourself, and you're not gonna do anything good. But this is the how you do something. It's not the what you direct it towards. But if you direct it towards something good and you learn about yourself, you're like, oh, okay, I do this. This is good. I need to work on this. This is bad. Then you're like, whatchamacallit, you can start like, you can always flip the coin and start seeing it in yourself, right? So like if you go through the experience of what's something. So in high school, if you go through the experience of you just ebb and flows with the amount of pencils you have in school. They fall out of your back, you let people borrow some, you don't get it back, you have no pencils, you're using a shitty pencil for like throughout a couple of weeks in school, and you're just like, I only had this one pencil, and then you're like, sometimes you go through no pencils and you gotta find one on the ground. You just go ebbs and throws, like, it's like saying, sometimes my pockets are a little low, but I'll get them back up, you know what I'm saying? And, so yeah, so with that, you'll be, oh fuck, what was my point with that? I lost my point. Oh, yeah, right. So with these pencils, you can know that you go through this in yourself. So by 10th grade, you got this on your locker in yourself. You got the freaking 100 pack of pencils in your bag. You got the pencil sharpeners on deck. You say, yeah, you got the 100 pack of the Bic, and then you got the 5 pencil sharpeners on lock. And so what do? You know that everybody else has gone through this situation too, so you can see everybody else going through this situation. So you know the little subtle details of what it looks like of when a person's like, the mental space that they're in when they're low on pencils, because like there's that little bit before test where they're like, oh shit, like you that look in a person's eyes. So then what can you do? You position yourself properly. You're like, hey man, what you need? It's because you have the ability to see like the experience that this person is going through, to like, well, based off the conclusion that they're at, because you know that about yourself. And when Aries knows something, they know it. They motherfucking know it, and they will tell you that they know it, And this, like, it's because like this energy doesn't come from nowhere, So it's imagine this, like you're at the test, you're seeing a couple people in the second, third, and fourth row, and you are back in the fifth row, and you have to You have to see it. You know it before the teacher sees it, but the teacher may be an asshole. It depends. It really depends on the teacher, you know, because they could be an asshole and be like, no cheating on this test, and you're just like, hey man, I'm just trying to help them. Like, why can't they have a pencil? They should have had a pencil before. Well, fuck you, man. I'm just trying to. Why you gotta have this such harsh outlook on life, man? We're not broken down and beat. We're still kind of jovial and jubilant to be here, you know, like, don't hate on me for freaking just trying to, like, help somebody out. Like, goddamn. Or you could have a nice teacher just like, oh, that's nice. I'll give you an extra point on the test. You know, like, extra 5 points for the time you took out of your day to help them make sure that they have all the tools they need. Okay? I appreciate you. We don't have to have this harsh life reality, you know? And it's like, you know, Mercury and Aries is pretty good at, like, figuring that out, you know? So they may have to plan accordingly and be like, you know, they may have to sneak their way up and be like, yo, man, you need a pencil and a sharpener, crawl their way around when the teacher's outside the door talking to another teacher, you know, weasel their way and be like, here you go, man, I got you, get me back later, it's all good. Because, you know, anytime an Aries is placed in a sign, they're gonna get theirs. Believe that, man, they are gonna get theirs. Like, you will never catch an Aries not benefiting from a situation. Like, even if they say they want nothing, their benefit is the feeling that they got from helping you out. Because best believe these people are very ego-based and very selfish-based, and you will see them touting in some way, shape, or form that, like, yeah, I helped this person out because this, and this. And, like, if it's a Mercury and Aries thing, they're gonna freaking break down the details of it and be like, because of, I feel good because of this, and this, you know? I gave this person this pencil. I dodged that freaking asshole teacher who wouldn't let me give them their pencil, you know? And then, yeah, I mean, basically, like, so if you combine these two, the culmination of basically all the examples that I laid out for you is, that, you know, a Mercury and Aries person is someone that can think on their feet. That hot air, man. They're always, as long as they have a vision behind what they have to think behind, their thoughts will be charged. They'll be like, God damn, how do I intersect myself in this situation? So, yeah, you know, I mean, like, you know, you could slice thinking on your feet 1,000 different ways, but to, you know, give you the synopsis of what I just said, it's basically, so they, Mercury and Aries can observe one's actions, and once they know it for themselves and they know their situation, they can see that in everybody else and be like, okay, from this emotion, they did it because of, they were here because of this, and this experience. Okay, cool, you know? And then we have, we got the, you know, yeah, the East New York situations. If they can see that in, like, life experience and all that stuff, and then they can act on it for themselves and make it better themselves, because with a quicker mind, you can go through these thought processes a lot quicker. So it's like, you're running down a hill with freaking skis on while it's a downhill race, you know? So, hell, I guess you're not running downhill with skis on, but you catch my drift, you know? It's like, if you're grass sledding and people are slipping down the mud and you have skis, you're going to be zooming while they're freaking tripping, unless you hit a rock and, like, tumble, but you'll still have more momentum and get down there quicker. And that's kind of like what Aries is, you know? They'll bash their way in, and then yeah, they'll just, like, go faster and go through that situation. They may get more bumps and bruises on the way based off the speed of the situation, but they'll still get there. And then, yeah, you know, I mean, weave that all together, and besides any situation, and they are basically a type of person that can think on their feet quickly, even if they are doubting themselves and attacking themselves. You know, it'll just do it faster. But, so yeah, I mean, that's a little message to make sure that you're not, like, depressed and doubting yourself with all these situations. Just use that as a freaking message to be like, okay, I'm fucking up, but I have the mind to figure this out and get me out of this situation. And all you gotta do is remind yourself of that. So, stay positive. Peace, man.